The Dig is the brand new Netflix version of the film was dropped today here in January of 2021. And it's based off of a true story. It stars the likes of Ray Fiennes, Carey Mulligan, Lily James, and many, many more. That also includes Johnny Flynn, and tells a story about an evacuator and his team discover a wooden ship from the Dark Ages while digging up a burial ground on a woman's estate. My name is Max, and welcome back to a brand new Netflix review here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max, and before I get into my non-spoiler thoughts of The Dig, please hit that thumbs up and the like button. That is the best way to support this channel. Really helps me out. Also, if you're new to the channel, I am on my way to 100 subscribers. Please join this journey and hit that subscribe button if you like movie reviews like this, TV show reviews, streaming platform reviews, and movie rankings. Any one of those things that you like, I would highly recommend you check that out. Also, please comment. Let's have a nice, fun discussion in the comment section down below. First, non-spoiler fashion. If you've seen the film, tell me, did you actually like this film? Did you not? Do you agree or disagree with me on my review? And if you have not seen the film, tell me, did you even know this film was coming out? Did you see any trailer promotion for the film? Do you know anything about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, the film is 1 hour and 52 minutes and it's PG-13. Let's get into this review. So I didn't really know anything about this film coming in. I knew about Ray Fiennes and Carey Mulligan leading, really Carey Mulligan leading and Ray Fiennes also being in the film. And it's a new Netflix film. So really so far in 2021 hasn't gone the way. I think The White Tiger, Pieces of One are really, really good. And then you have Outside the Wire, which is really not good. So an interesting approach heading into this film and some really good actors, and it's a true story. So I'm all in for true stories and stuff like this. And especially for a story that I don't think a lot of people, especially here in the United States, even know about. And I'll get into that right now. The positives with this film are, of course, are this really good cast in here. Carey Mulligan, Ray Fiennes, Lily James, the child actor who's also in the film. All these people are giving really good performances, especially Ray Fiennes. So I was definitely heading the film, and you look at the poster, and Carey Mulligan is centerpiece. I was like, so that was kind of all I was expecting. Didn't know the plot, didn't see the trailer, knew the cast, just knew Mulligan and Fiennes were in it because of the poster. And Mulligan is pretty in there, and Fiennes is pretty much in the background. But in my opinion, the character that you care about the most, and in my opinion, the lead character is Ray Fiennes. Now, I do think Carey Mulligan has a lot to do here, not saying that, but the character that you're, in my opinion, pulling for the most is Ray Fiennes' character, who goes through a lot. And this film also has just a really unique story about how Ray Fiennes gets this job, digging up stuff in Carey Mulligan's place, which could have some huge impact, a lot, not just a lot of money, but a lot of artifacts that are crucial to, London history. And that's what I was kind of mostly interested in as the movie continued to progress. And the idea of Ray Fiennes' character, Basil Brown, having this job, and his relationship, his dynamic with Carey Mulligan was easily one of my favorite parts of the film. You can tell that they had a really great respect for each other. It really didn't feel like it was a rich woman and a poor man. It really felt equal, even though they're both completely on two sides of the wealth. And of course, as they start finding this ship, which is one of the more well-known London artifacts in the London Museum, still there to this day, it's also a battle of credit. You have other people come into the film who have a well higher status than Brown and don't want to give Ray Fiennes' character the credit that he deserves for finding this artifact. And I thought that was also very, very well done. And one of my most touching emotional parts of the film is this dynamic between Ray Fiennes' character and Carey Mulligan's son, Robert, played by Archie Barnes. Really good performance, and they have a really unique dynamic. It's not just because he's working for his mom. Of course, they're going to be friends or something, but it does become very, very real. His dad, Carey Mulligan's husband, died very young, so that's why Ray Fiennes' character feels kind of like a father figure, giving him the confidence. And the idea that the kid, he's got to be like 10 or 11 years old, but he's given the responsibility just to take care of his mom. And it's a lot to handle. And Ray Fiennes does help out in so many ways. Once again, Lily James also pops in here for a little bit. She doesn't really pop in until like the halfway point of the film. Because she was in, I was like, she's gonna be in it right away. And I was like, where's Lily James? And she just pops up out of nowhere, like undisguisable, like the first hour 10 into the film, which was a bit surprising. But she was very good in her very small role, which I'll get to as well in a little bit. But I also thought the story was very unique and very original. Obviously, the idea of someone wanting credit for something isn't, but this particular story, you wouldn't even know that this could be a job. And the fact that this could be a job, someone can live off of this, is truly amazing. The film also looks really beautiful. It probably is all completely on location, and it looks really, really beautiful and really elevates the film for me as well. The look of it, the nice, beautiful score that is also added to the film. And again, I really did enjoy, I was really rooting for Basil the most. Now, I did care about Carey Mulligan, but I cared a lot more about Ray Fiennes. Now, obviously, he's kind of the more relatable character of the two. But if you're coming here for Carey Mulligan, there's a lot of Carey Mulligan. She's very good. She literally will probably be getting nominated for Promising Young Woman, which is a movie I still need to see. But I hear great things about Promising Young Woman, and it sounds like she will be getting an Oscar nomination for that performance. So here she comes with another Netflix film, and it's a very good performance. She's very, she could seem big with her wealth, but she's very grounded with her character, and she has also a very nice arc in the film, not just with their relationship with Fiennes, but just understanding what it means to also have that kind of power and authority, and how also that can make her a good mom, a good person, all that type of stuff is done very well throughout the film. Let me get into my negatives with the film. And for me, the main thing for this film that really doesn't work is there is sometimes a little bit too much going on. The first hour of the film, it's basically just Ray Fiennes and Carey Mulligan's at Carey Mulligan's estate. So you get to see Ray Fiennes has two workers who help him out, and Carey Mulligan has a couple servants and her child, and that's about it. And it felt the movie was really, really good there, and I was really loving it. And then it's when the whole barrage of other people come, and I'm not saying, obviously I'm not rooting for those characters to succeed. That's not why I'm not liking them. It felt like they each had their own subplot, which didn't make a lot of sense. Also added to that, Carey Mulligan's cousin comes along in the film, and at times it felt cohesive, played by Johnny Flynn. But Johnny Flynn also gives a good performance, but he kind of pops in for a 30-minute bit, and then something happens. I didn't really need his character. Obviously, it's a true story, but it did feel like there was a little bit too much going on. He had a subplot. Lily James has a very generic subplot that you've seen a billion times, where Lily James is basically married to, let's just say, an older man, and he doesn't even remember her name. And she obviously, there's a love interest possibly in the movie for her, and she just doesn't want to be with him anymore. And you've kind of seen that in all of these types of films, and it definitely pulled me out of the film, because I actually really liked Lily James. Her character felt good in a particular area, but then they kept going with this subplot, and you know exactly where it's going, and it just didn't work. I think there's too much going on. There's that guy who runs this whole division who wants to send this to the London Museum without giving him credit, and he has a subplot. He's got a couple other people who have subplots. There's just a little too much going on in the second half of the film, even though it's a breezy, nice second half of the film. The first half for me was a lot more grounded, and especially when all those subplots come in, you get a lot less of Ray Fiennes, who is the character that I gravitated to the most. I can't wait to hear what you guys thought about that down below, but I gravitated to his character the most. So I wanted to see a lot more of him, but that just wasn't the case in the second half of the film. But he was still there, just not as much as the first half. So overall, guys, I really pleasantly was surprised with this film. A nice, easy watch about a true story, about an inspiring thing as well. And I'm going to give The Dig on Netflix a 3.5 out of 5. I'm going to give this film a 75%. A really solid film, guys. I really enjoyed this. I'm shocked that out of the 3 films I've watched this weekend, with this, Palmer, and The Little Things, this easily was the best film that I saw of the three. I didn't even see any bit of promotion for the movie, but this is the best film that I believe I saw this weekend, and it is on Netflix. So I would highly, guys, check this one out. It's called The Dig on Netflix. Thank you guys once again so much. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, share, and comment, do all of those things. Follow me on my social media down in the description below. And I also have one more video coming out very soon after 4 videos today. We're closing on the end of the month of January, which means I got to stop and rank all the movies that I saw in the month of January. I did get to see like 7 or 8 films this month. Really proud of that accomplishment. So I'll be telling you guys my ranking of the 8 films that I saw this month. If you want to get a head start on what you think, what are my thoughts on the film, popping up next to my head are my 2021 movie reviews. So those are my full deep dives into all the movies that I saw so far this year. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys very, very soon.